And now it's time for Fierce Talk with author, speaker, and Jefferson Award-winning CEO of Fierce Life Now, William Edward Anderson.
Hello, Fierce Life Tribe. I hope you're well today. I'm William Edward Anderson, and I thought I would try something a little different and bring a new feature to our tribal gatherings. I call it 5 Fierce Minutes with the Chief of the Tribe. It's just my opportunity to speak with you directly, show my face, and provide you some absolute assurance that this whole Fierce Life Tribe gig is not masterminded by some diabolical rogue Russian bot. It is, in fact, just me hanging out with you. Hope you like it. Maybe, along the way I can provide some inspiration, some motivation, maybe even cause a little bit of thoughtful perspiration. Whatever the case, thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time. I'll try my best to make it worthwhile. We're really engaged in one of the most incredible times of our history, both as a global community and within our own local communities. It certainly has its challenges. Where I live here in the San Francisco Bay Area, we are locked down, so to speak. We are cautioned to go outside only for essential business, and when we do go outside, we're supposed to stay at least 6 feet away from other people. Social distancing, it's called. Now, in the last few days, I've had to go outside a few times, a couple of trips to the grocery store, a quick trip to the hospital to get a CT scan. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just needed to have my head examined, something my sisters have been telling me I should do for years, so I finally did. One of my most recent trips out was just to simply get to the bay, sit down on the rocks, get some fresh air, and do some nature-based introspection. I'm big on introspection. Well, during this period of introspection, one of the things that struck me was that keeping my social distance was something that was actually way too easy to accomplish. Besides creating a few more physical feet between me and other people, well, things just weren't tremendously different than before. I realized that often, even in normal times, we enthusiastically practice social distancing in a number of ways. For instance, when we're out in public, going about our normal business, we rarely, and I mean rarely, look each other directly in the eyes and offer a kind smile as we pass. We almost never stop and chat with the people we encounter on the street, particularly if they're strangers, or look different from us somehow. Now granted, Black folks, in many settings, we give each other the nod. But that's about as far as it goes. And listen, if you don't know about the nod, suffice it to say it's an ethnic thing. Don't worry about it. Maybe you'll figure it out. We, unfortunately, very easily move right by each other, routinely. It's kind of like ships passing in the night, heading to different destinations and consumed within our own separate worlds. One thing that this experience is bringing home for me is that we live in a culture, in a society, at least here in the cities and suburbs of the United States, where we have become isolated from each other socially and spiritually in such a way that, we barely recognize each other as neighbors. With all that's going on, all the uncertainty, all of the fear, all of the doubt, wouldn't it be so much better if all we needed to do was to turn to our neighbors, and together we'd help each other get through whatever we faced? The former vice president, the late Hubert Humphrey, once said, "The impersonal hand of government can never replace the helping hand." of a neighbor. You know, tribe, this whole situation is going to end someday. I pray that it's someday soon. But wouldn't it be a shame if the only lesson that we learn from this experience is that social distancing is the best solution for protecting ourselves, our family, our stuff, and our lives? You know, there's a song from one of my favorite musical groups, Steely Dan. Part of the chorus of this song goes like this: any major dude with half a heart surely will tell you, my friend, any minor world that breaks apart falls together again. Tribe, my prayer is that when this world falls together again, we will put aside social distancing and begin to fervently practice social nearness, social proximity. I want you to commit with me. When it's safe to do so again, walk around your neighborhood, knock on some doors, introduce yourself, and let your neighbors know who you are and that you are there for them. Stop on the street, at the dog park, in the grocery stores. Talk with people. Ask them about their health, their families. Become a neighbor. Look people, strangers, in the eye and give them a big beaming smile. Yeah, they may think you're crazy, but it also might light up their day. Hey tribe, let's make it start with us. Let's transform into great neighbors. Let's be more, do more, and love more every day and for everyone that we encounter. What do you think? Is it something we can do? God bless you. Be well, tribe. Be blessed and be fierce in life and love. Peace. I'm William, and I'm out.